Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. You guys, this is my first time sitting back down with you since you out there, got me to 20K. So when I say thank you from the bottom of my heart, I really do mean that. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. And when I say I love you at the end of every video, I love my YouTube family. I really do. And so thank you again for the support, the continued growth and support of my channel. So today's video, you guys, I feel so inspired to do this. Vanillas, okay? Let's get into all things vanilla, my favorite notes. And you never know what the future holds as far as fragrance, but I'm pretty sure this will be my favorite note for all eternity, okay? I just cannot get enough of vanillas. There can never be too many in my collection. It can just look, you cannot get any better than a vanilla fragrance. And so we have 20 fragrances that we're going to get into today. So grab yourself a snack, because it doesn't matter what your thoughts are about vanilla. Trust me, believe you me, there is a vanilla on this list for you. So if you still are like, I'm just not a vanilla girl, I don't, no, okay? We about to change that today, all right? So you guys, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video of my top 20 vanilla fragrances in my collection. Okay, so I know it sounds like a bit much, the top 20 in my collection. Honey, it still took work for me to whittle this down. I mean, when I tell you I'm a vanilla girl, I'm a vanilla lover, it is so hard to disappoint me when it comes to vanilla, you guys. So I don't know if I'm just biased or I'm just easy in that way, but there is rarely if it's well done and it's vanilla, I'm probably going to not only like it, but love it. Now, if it's cheap, if it smells synthetic, that's a whole nother vibe. But we're talking about quality vanilla fragrances. So this first one on the list is a gourmand, and it is one that has me in a bit of a chokehold. And it's definitely getting popular out on the TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram streets. And this is from the house of Giardini di Toscana, and this is Bianco Latte. So Bianco Latte is very sweet, again, gourmand, but the star of the show is going to be this mix of vanilla and caramel. Okay, though very sweet, this is one you can wear all year. And I feel like it gets a little in a unique category because you have caramel and honey, and I really don't see those paired together often. So it is very rich in vanilla and caramel, but that honey comes in and it gives it a very different quality. You have cumin, and it is very present in here. And then you have some musk. Some people, not a lot, some people are saying they get a very musky presence from this, and that's all they can really smell is the musk. So test it first. Beautiful release, and this one wears like really well as far as in the heat and the longevity of it. Amazing longevity, because the first night I wore this, I woke up and it was still very, prominent fragrant like 8 hours later. So wonderful release. Okay, if you're a gourmand girl, you need this one. This one again is Bianco Latte from the house of Giardini di Toscana. Okay, so you guys, this one is it is beautiful. Okay, this is from the house of Aaron. This is Tangier Vanille D'Or. They do have a regular Tangier Vanille. I've never smelled it, so I can't give you a comparison, but this one is the D'Or, okay? And it is dang good. All right, so this opens very fruity. You've got like this plum, this fruity essence in the opening, but you immediately get to this myrrh and this vanilla, and you got some sexy saffron in there. It's very warm and ambery. It's a little spicy, but this one is one that does not wear too heavy. This is not one I would say, okay, myrrh, vanilla, fall, winter. No, all year, because it wears lighter. It wears closer to the skin, and it's not going to be anything that is overly ambery, though it is very, like I said, warm, spicy, and resinous. it doesn't wear too heavy. That is what I love about this one so much. So you can overspray this, you know, for a summer date night and you'll be just fine. And for me personally, myrrh is just a resin that can be very difficult. It can be really overbearing, come off very heavy, typically in fragrances. And it's just not always one that I vibe with, but here it is done so beautifully. I do not hear a lot of people talking about this. So if you're looking for a ambery vanilla that you can wear all year, even in hot weather, definitely check this one out. Again, this is from the House of Aaron, and this is Tangier Vanille d'Or. All right, you guys. So this one, blind buy, risky. And not the fact that the fragrance itself and the notes were risky for me personally, it was the house. Y'all know my history with BDK. Okay, I have one in my collection and I think she's about to walk the plank. I think I'm about to go ahead and declutter it because I never pulled for it, even though it is a nice fragrance. I like it. I don't love it. This fragrance, I love, okay? BDK's Vanille Leather is so good. It is so good. And let me tell you why. I saw the name Vanille Leather. Oh, okay. I don't know because I'm not really a leathery girl. I do not like a very strong, prominent leather. A lot of times straight up leather notes, I can't vibe with. Okay. I need like a lab denim or something like that, like a floral note that gives you a leathery vibe, or like a saffron, something like that. But it's just a straight up leather note, I typically do not vibe with that at all. Risk. Okay, risk indeed. Dominique Ropillon, nose behind this one, nose behind Baby Cat, and a lot of these other, you know, very popular leather vanilla fragrances. So I was like, is this gonna smell like Baby Cat? I hope not, because I have it, I love it. It does not smell like Baby Cat. Rest assured, this is a very unique take on a vanilla compared to anything else in my collection. Now, there is a floral, like a very white floral presence to this that sets it apart from your Baby Cats. And you know, the other leathery vanillas that are on the market right now. Now, out of the white florals, there are a few in here. There's tuberose mentioned. I don't get a lot of tuberose. The star floral in this one to me is the orange blossom. So you do have the orange blossom. You have the most beautiful ambery vanilla, okay? It's sweet, but it's not cloying. It's not overly sweet. No, it does not remind you of love. Don't be shy. It is gorgeous. You get this, it's almost a little bit more like a suede nuance. It's not a leather balm, you guys. So don't let leather being in the title deter you, fool you. It's not a leather balm, but you get a slight hint of like a suediness, even less than like the leather or suede note in Baby Cat. So if you felt that Baby Cat was okay with the leather, because a lot of people that don't like leather vibe with that one, it's even less, okay? More toned down, so smooth, so well blended, and it's not linear at all to me. Whenever I wear this, I'm getting so many different things throughout the course of the day. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, I'm getting like almost like a smoky vibe from the leather tone to this. Sometimes I'm getting this gorgeous orange blossom that is quite prominent. And sometimes I'm getting just this dose of like ambery vanilla heaven. You have like ores in here that makes it powdery, lipsticky sometimes. Like I'm telling you, this does not wear one way. I have already created a dent. Okay, within the week of me having it, first day I wore it, you guys. This fragrance had two men running out to me, asking me, what do you have on? What is the name? I'm like, why are you gonna buy it? Yes, okay, unisex, floral, okay, sweet, but unisex. A man can absolutely wear this. It smells so divine on male, female, non-binary, okay? The cat and dog can wear it too. They will smell amazing in it. Fabulous release from this house. I would not, no cap, okay? I would not lie, because y'all know I do not like this house. I do not vibe with BDK fragrances. So I can go on record today and say I finally found a BDK that I love. And that, again, is Vanille Leather by the House of BDK. This next one, you guys, is from the House of Commodity, and this is gold, and this is the Expressive scent space. So this was gifted to me by the brand, and when I tell you, I sampled this when they gave me Discovery Set long ago, probably about a year ago now, and I liked it, but I ended up going with Milk, okay? However, when they gave me this one, oh my God, like I cannot believe how gorgeous this wears all year. Because when I sampled it, it came off in a way that's like, oh, okay, this is probably gonna be better suited for fall and weather when you give it an overspray, but no. This is so beautiful. It is juniper berry. You have this, you know, this abundance of vanilla, and it does not wear too heavy, too thick, okay? This is so beautifully crafted and constructed, and I just cannot get over how beautiful this scent is, how it wears, how it makes me feel. A little addictive, and the price point that's not gonna break the bank for a niche house. So Commodity, I am an affiliate, so you can always save 10%. So make sure you do check the description box below. But this has notes of, like I said, that juniper berry, which is very prominent in here. You have musk, vanilla, amber, and then you have some sandalwood and benzoin. So it is ambery, it's vanilla, it's all the vibe, and this is one that I just can't seem to get enough of lately. Again, this is gold from the House of Commodity. Okay, so this next one up on the list needs no introduction, and one of my favorites. This is from the House of KLE, and this is Vanilla 28. Brown sugar, okay, very sweet, gourmand-like. Double dose of vanilla for sure, because the vanilla is the star, of course. Look at the name, Vanilla 28. But this one, it layers beautifully. I wear this by itself all the time. It's musky. It's got this gorgeous floral component to it that really makes it, you know, have a feminine quality. And there is just no vanilla like this on the market at this price point, okay? So if you're looking for something with a beautiful musky undertone and you want that really sweet, beautifully done, you know, ambery vanilla, then this one is absolutely one you should try. If you haven't, you're still living under that rock and you've never tried this one, please get your nose on this fragrance. They do have the really small travel sizes you can start with, which is what I always recommend you do with the house. But this one is just one. This is my second bottle, you guys, okay? And it's probably gonna be donezo's by the end of summer. It layers with everything in your collection, and it's just a no-brainer, okay? So Vanilla 28, sweet, addictive, mango goo goo gaga. You need this one, okay? And this, again, is from the House of KLE. All right, so let's get on to the House of Guerlain, okay? Because they, to me, do vanillas better than any other house, okay? There is a very specific way that they do vanilla, and it just pulls me in and gets me every time, all right? So this is Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Oh my, I just love the color of this juice now. It was always like this rich brown, but it's almost like this purple or violet undertones starting to take effect. This one I've had for over a year now, and definitely babysitting, okay? Because I always said when I get my new one, it's gonna be the 200 ml because I need it. And they have gone up on the prices, you guys. So this 100 ml, we getting into that $400 territory. So be smart. If you had had your eye on this particular line, the Arts Materials line, Saks does carry it. Get it on the Saks sale, all right? That is my recommendation to you. So you can save 15%, okay, which really adds up when you're talking about a $308 fragrance. So Spiritueuse Double Vanille is what it says. It is definitely a double dose of vanilla. It opens with, you know, some spices. It is almost like a woozy vanilla. There's this deep, dark sexiness about it, but it doesn't wear heavy. We want to put into like a classification. This is when you know, and the mister are dressed up. Y'all got somewhere to go, okay? Very, very opulent, elevated, well-blended, refined vanilla. Not the most complex thing in the world, but it is wonderfully executed, okay? This one has like this incense. You got some florals in there that give it a creaminess, and this is just vanilla perfection for me. Okay, if you want to smell like a vanilla bean pod that is a little sweet, a little spicy, a little, you know, resinous, balmy, and that has, you know, the incensey vibe. Let me check this one out, because this one I feel like is worth the price point for me. Everyone may not agree, but I'm a vanilla lover, and I cannot see having, you know, my collection without this one included. Again, this is a favorite of mine and a lot of people's holy grail vanilla. This one again is Spiritueuse de Vanille by the House of Guerlain. Okay, so next up on this list is going to be from the House of EPICO, and this is a very sweet vanilla, okay? Gourmande, caramel, honey. But this wears in a way that you can get away with this one in the summer. So if you want a gourmand, caramelly sweet vanilla, again, like the Bianco latte, you want to wear this one in, you know, warmer weather. This works beautifully because it doesn't wear too cloying, and it doesn't, you know, have this huge projection where you're going to feel like you're suffocating. So this one is a very unique vanilla experience. Definitely vanilla. The caramel is so like buttery, creamy. Just, you want to eat this. Like if I could take a straw and put it in this bottle and drink it and not, you know, pass out or die or be rushed to the hospital, I probably would because that is how delicious this is. So Vanille Charnel opens with candied fruits, all right? Very indiscriminate, you know, and also some other fruity notes. And you won't be able to tell what fruits are in here, but you do get a very smooth fruity vibe. It's not going to come off as anything like overly citrus or acidic, nothing like that. But there's a fruity nuance to it. It has lemon in the opening as well, but again, it doesn't come off as anything super citrusy or acidic, at least to my nose. You do have a pear blossom, you have white florals, and then in the base, which is primarily what you're getting for this scent, is the base notes. You've got vanilla, caramel in the base, so again, very rich in caramel. You got some benzoin and musk. So to me, I always say this is almost like an oily, buttery vanilla. That is how it wears, okay? So imagine you've got this vanilla, you have melted down like this caramel sauce, and you are just breathing that in. It's filling up, you know, the smell of your home and your kitchen. For the gourmand lovers. And if you are one that doesn't like those really, you know, loud wearing, overly, you know, projecting sweet fragrances, this is going to be one for you. It does wear closer to the skin, but it has amazing longevity on me and my skin and my clothes. So this one I highly recommend, and you get 100 ml for a wonderful price point. Again, this one is Vanille Charnel from the House of EPICO. So next up on this list is going to be a very unique vanilla, okay? This one is not at all a safe blind buy, you guys, but very unique nonetheless. This is Blue Turquoise, and this is from the House of Armani, and this is from the Privé line. And this one, very, very salty, okay? This is a salt sandalwood balm. There's some incense in here, and you do get an abundance of like a vanilla, but it doesn't really wear sweet. So if you're looking for something that is very sweet, like your beach walks or something like that, very different. This one is uber sophisticated, and I feel like if you want a like something, you know, beachy for the summer, you've got somewhere important to go, okay? Say you have a function and it's going to be, you know, maybe on a beach at a hotel or something like that, but you still have to have, you know, a certain presence. You can't be too casual. That for me is where this one comes in at. There is definitely a very rich vibe about this, even though the notes may indicate something a little bit more casual. It's not. It's this one too is almost like a beachy but dressed up vanilla. Again, very unique, very salty. But if you're a lover of sandalwood, if you love salty quality and you're looking for a vanilla that is truly, you know, unlike anything else out there on the market, Blue Turquoise is definitely the jam, okay? You can dress it up, but you can also dress this down. And I just think it's so very, very beautiful, and highly recommended. Okay, again, I'll say flying by, you've got to like it salty, and this one is like a very powerful projector. So if you're looking for something a little bit softer, closer wear into the skin, this is not going to be that, because this is beast mode and it lasts 10 plus hours on the skin. All right, this one again in blue turquoise by the house of Armani Privé. All right, next up is probably one of my top 3 vanillas, and this one also from the house of Guerlain, Angelique Noir. Oof, ooh. The girl Angie did not come to play. Very sexy, okay? You got this pear. You have these, you know, caraway seeds that are done to perfection. Angelica. Angelica is a green flower, but it's got a very powdery quality to it, okay? It provides the most beautiful texture and smell to fragrances. Unique though, and I feel like Angelica is definitely a love or hate scent. So test it first. Try to get a sample off of MERCARI, because I find that that is the easiest way you can come by it, unless you're able to get into a Saks or Neiman's and test it out. Now lately, the whole Arts Materials line, well, I know the vanillas have been sold out in Neiman's for a while, so see if you can pop in and see if they have it on display. Drop into a Saks, but try this one on your skin, okay? I don't get anything overly green, but it does have a double dose of Angelica, and it comes off very green to a lot of people. So that's what I'm saying, not a safe blind buy, but it's sweet. Okay, you got this beautiful pear. The Angelica is just, it's beautiful. It is beautiful, and it has wonderful longevity on me. This one, it does give me 8+ hours, and people smell this on me at the end of a work day. I still get compliments. And people just really seem to be taken aback whenever they do compliment you on it. It's gonna be like, okay, I've never smelled anything like it type of a compliment. You know how they have that look on their face like, what do you have on type of thing? That is Angie, okay? Angelique Noir, one of my favorites. Sexy date night vanilla, when you just want to smell very unique and unlike anyone out here in these streets, all right? Again, this is from the house of Guerlain. All right, you guys, so next up on this list is one that I love. Like, this is probably my favorite fragrance from this particular house. But it is so pricey for retail, but Jump Shop to the rescue, finally, because this one I felt like for years, this one was just really hard to come across discounted, and this is Sublime Vanille from the house of Creed. So again, if you're looking for a vanilla that's going to wear beautifully in the summer, this is the girl, okay? Oh, it is so beautiful. This is a very prominent vanilla, of course, like everything here today, okay? Because when I say I'm doing a vanillas video, it's gonna give vanilla on 10. There's no vanilla in the background or just vanilla listed as, you know, one of the notes. No, these are vanillas. So this is citrusy. So it's opening with, you know, this very lemony bergamot type citrus quality, but you have this musk and you have an abundance of vanilla, sweet, and you have some tonka bean. Super simple in note profile. So, you know, if you're looking for something that smells absolutely beautiful and amazing, but not too complicated, which again works great for the heat, because some of these vanillas that are really complex, they just really don't do too well in the heat for me anyway, okay? Beautiful vanilla, and I cannot recommend this one enough, especially now that you can get it deeply discounted. The go-to summer vanilla for me, and again, very, very beautiful, simple in note structure, but it does the job every time if you want to smell sweet, irresistible vanilla, but still have like a little bit of a freshness to it, all right? Again, this one is Sublime Vanille from the house of Creed. All right, so next one is another holy grail vanilla for a lot of people. My second bottle of this one is Tejota from Indult. So a very simple, straightforward vanilla, but it's so addictive. It is so addictive, you guys. It is white woods, okay? You have vanilla, of course, and you have like white sugar and musk, and that's pretty much it. That's all you're gonna get, and that's all she wrote, and that's all you need. If you are looking for a wonderful straightforward vanilla, and that is your vibe, because it's not everyone's vibe, but it's definitely mine, that has an addictive component that will garner compliments. You know, this is the one. Again, White Woods Musk, okay? And you got like this vanilla. It's so sugary sweet, but it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And it layers with so many other fragrances in your collection as well. So wonderful fragrance. It's pricey, okay? It is pricey for what it is, but this is just one that I feel, me personally, I never want to be without, okay? One of the most beautiful straightforward vanillas, and this one again is Indult by Tehuta. So next up on the list is going to be a beautiful spicy vanilla with some rhubarb kick to it, which actually makes it wonderful for year round, okay? This one is Imperial Peacock, and this is from the house of Alexander J. This Art Nouveau collection is just, it's the bee's knees, all right? So when I first got this was a blind buy. I was a little like put off by the rhubarb. Like I had just given a little test on my hand, not really a full wear. And I wasn't vibing with it because the rhubarb was just so sharp and prominent to me. However, I was like, let me just go ahead and give it a full wear. And so it was a cold, you know, brisk day out. I covered myself in the scent. Y'all, when I got in the car and this thing started filling up the inside of my vehicle, I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. It is so sweet. This gorgeously done vanilla. You have the rhubarb that gives it a unique quality. You have cinnamon that is done beautifully, because me and cinnamon, we don't always vibe. Most times we don't vibe. It really just depends on how it's done. Can't be too spicy, too cut across my nose. Though this one is very heavy on the cinnamon and spicy. Just the way it comes off to me, you know, on my skin, it's a vibe, okay? So if you're looking for a vanilla that, you know, will still work for the summertime, okay? Heavy vanilla, heavy tonka bean, you've got some almonds in there that just makes it so delicious, but a little powdery, and you've got this woody quality. This is just a very, very beautiful standout vanilla, okay? So not your everyday typical vanilla. Really some unique facets to this one, but I definitely enjoy this one so much. And the men, okay, the men, they really seem to go crazy over this fragrance. Like just me, you know, out in the public, it always captures, you know, their attention. So again, this one is Imperial Peacock from Alexander J. All right, guys, so next up is going to be a Pretty Girl Vanilla that is just everything, okay? Dama Bianca is so freaking girly, gorgeous, beautiful, very powdery, okay? Purple florals, a few of them in this fragrance. So when I say you've got to like it powdery, you have to like it powdery. Kumquat, which gives it a very unique quality. The vanilla is so addictive in here. It's sweet, but not overly sweet because it is balanced with those acidic fruit. You have this freshness to it. A little bit more powderiness, lent from a Lily of the Valley. Again, lilac violet, very powdery again for the 100th time, because I don't want you to get this blindly. Like this is not a safe blind buy and you don't like powdery. Like this is definitely for someone who enjoys a powdery fragrance. So it does have ambrette seeds, again, lending to the powderiness. It's got some malt, which is going to be that make or break note. I always say that when I talk about this because it can be off-putting to some. So test this one. Sensibly has samples. Check the description box below because I will have that linked. But this is just a gorgeous vanilla fragrance that has a unique quality. Now, even though it does not have any similar notes to like Gentle Fluidity Gold, something about, I guess, the way that the vanilla is done in here and the musky quality about this, they bear a resemblance, but they're not dupes for each other. It's just, it's something in the background that they remind me of each other. So if you have Gentle Fluidity Gold, I would say definitely test this one first to make sure that there's enough of a difference to you. But this is a gorgeous, okay, very feminine, it girl vanilla fragrance that wears beautifully for summer, okay? You can wear it all year, but I feel like because that juicy kumquat, the lime, beautiful standout vanilla for summer. Moderate longevity and projection. Not going to be a beast, anything like that. But again, just decant this one, baby, and take it with you because she is worth topping off. All right. Again, this one is Dama Bianca by the house of Xerjoff. Right, so next up on the list is from the house of YSL, and this is Baby Cats. I think this is my very first YSL purchase. For the longest, I just cannot vibe with the fragrances in the house, you guys. But of course, in true Sharida fashion, step over to the Privé, and then it's like it's popping over there. All right. But Baby Cats, where do I start? This is a blind buy. Still very hard to come by in the States, but it is so beautiful, you guys. It is so beautiful. Incense. If you are not a fan of incense, please, okay, don't be froggy, don't leap, don't do it. Okay, don't do it blindly. They have samples at Sit Splint. Sample it first to decide if you want to go through the rigmarole, the trouble to get yourself a full bottle. Vanilla, okay, beautifully done. Vanilla, incense, pepper, black pepper, and I think pink pepper. So it's very peppery, but very smooth, okay? This one does not come off as anything. You know how sometimes spices, peppers, they're not well blended. Cinnamon, not well blended, and it can just kind of come off sharp and cut across your nose in not the most pleasant way. Smooth, okay? Suede, vanilla, incense, heaven. That is what it is. Beautiful, you know, projection and longevity on this one. And I mean, people, like a group of people, like 2 or 3 people, smelled this from me in a building. They all gathered around me and they wanted to have a whole conversation about this perfume, all right? So definitely conversation starter, attention grabber, and worth the hype and the price point, in my opinion. Not the gouging price points now, just a normal retail. This is, again, Baby Cats by Yves Saint Laurent. If you're looking for a very sexy, like carnal vanilla, with an animalic quality that just, ooh, I can't even put it in words how it makes me feel, but this one is absolute aphrodisiac. I gotta spray. I gotta spray. Ooh, it's so, oh my God. It's not gonna be for everyone, okay? But this baby is for me. I feel like this is one that I was just never going to get my nose on because it had that castoreum note. And a lot of people list leather. I really don't get a true leather vibe from this, honestly. And Initio does not list leather. So I don't know if leather is really a thing in this fragrance or not. But it is definitely animalic from the castoreum. And we're not even going to explain what castoreum is. Just know that it's from the animals, okay? Beautiful vanilla, okay. Very, very sexy. Like, this is beyond sensual. This is straight up sex in a bottle for me anyway, all right? Smells good on anyone. Okay, very unisex, sweet. It's got some white florals in there, but it doesn't come off as a floral fragrance. This one wears extremely ambery. I mean, I can just, listen to me. If you want a sexy vanilla, get your nose on it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I could never describe this to do it justice. Now, this is definitely not when you just go out here and blind buy, okay? Please test this. Samples are available darn near anywhere that will sell decants. And it is just a very, very beautiful standout vanilla. Now, this one is not a loud beast. Good longevity. But it wears, I would say, scent bubble, okay? Scent bubble scent, and which is kind of what it needs to be for it to be animalic, for it to be so sexy. You don't want everybody smelling this, okay? This is close quarters, at least conversation type distance, type, you know, scent. And I just cannot get over how good this smells. But the vanilla is definitely the star of the show. You love it vanillic, you love it ambery, and you want something with a very sexual undertone. Absolute aphrodisiac, okay? Very appropriately named because it is date night vanilla, like sex bomb, all right? And again, this is from the house of Initio. All right, next up is going to be the most beautiful, simplistic floral vanilla fragrance. And this one is Vanilla Planifolia. This is from the private line. Chloe has an Atelier de Fleurs collection, and they all feature a particular hero floral note. So this one, of course, the one I would pick, is the Vanilla Planifolia. And it centers around the vanilla orchid, so you get a very beautiful vanilla orchid fragrance. If you're looking for something that's got all the, you know, the complexity and all of this, very different from that. Very simply put, slightly warm, spicy, vanilla orchid, vanilla. But it's perfection. It's so feminine. It's soft. It's almost like ethereal. All right. But it doesn't wear like anything else, because most people will use vanilla orchid as a component of like the vanilla 28. It's vanilla orchid within the fragrance, but vanilla orchid is the star, which makes it very unique to me. It is very powdery. You have to love it powdery to enjoy this one, but I love a good powdery scent, because nothing for me says femininity like, you know, a floral powdery fragrance. And that is what this is in a nutshell. So if you're looking for a beautiful floral vanilla to layer with, to wear on its own, and you just want to be like, you know, girly girl vanilla, but you have a very, you know, slight, warm, sensual undertone to it, then this is definitely one you should check out. It's been selling out a lot lately. So hopefully Chloe has it back in stock. You can buy direct from the house. Or I bought mine from Nordstrom, but they have been out of stock a lot. So I will try to find a link and link it below and see, you know, who has it in stock, but definitely worth getting your nose on. Again, this one is Vanilla Planifolia by the House of Chloe. All right, next up, you guys, is one that has me so in love. All right. Why is this little bitty bottle? Like, I really wish they had at least a 50 ml, but this is Note Vanille from IMPERIAL. I do prefer this one over the original. For me, it wears sweeter. The vanilla is more prominent in this one to me, and it's just something just a little bit more, it's richer. They definitely smell like this, definitely smells like a flanker of the OG, but there's just something much more addictive about this one. I don't know why. It does wear a little sweeter to me. It wears a little bit more substantial, higher concentration. So, I mean, yeah. But with all of that, it still doesn't wear too heavy. So it is a vanilla that is boozy, okay, that is sweet, that has a very delicious quality, but it still has some airiness about it, some lightness about it, or you can wear this all year. This is going to work for, you know, all 4 seasons, and it's beautiful, you guys. This one is so beautiful and delicious, and has me in a complete chokehold. All right. Again, this is Note Vanille from the House of IMPERIAL, and this is the Nectar concentration. All right, you guys, we're getting down to the last 3. All right. So next one is going to be a Gourmande, and this is from the House of Mason Mataha. Mason Mataha, what? Can we get some more perfumes? I think this is still the only launch from the house, but this one, boy, did they come with the thunder upon, you know, a year of releasing. This one got really popular, and for good reason, you guys. If you love a simple, straightforward vanilla, then you must give this one a smell, okay? Black Sugar. It almost comes off as like very creamy. It's so heavy on the vanilla. It's tonka bean. It's musk. It's like, it's this ambery, sweet, gourmand, you know, almost creamy vanilla. That is what it is. Simply put, it's not complex in any way, but it's so freaking addictive. It is insane. It garners me so many compliments, okay? So don't think because something is straightforward, it's vanilla, that it's basic. No, no, no. Every time I step out the house, women are, woo, you smell good. What do you have on? I'm always getting stopped and asked about, you know, this particular fragrance. It has wonderful projection, longevity. This is when I overspray all of my vanillas, okay? Because I want everyone to smell me. This one is just such a beautiful gourmand. And if that sounds like your vibe and you love a vanilla fragrance, this one I feel like is just absolutely worth getting your nose on and worth the hype. Very hyped. but a must for vanilla girls. All right, again, this one is Gourmande Escapade by Macy Mataha. All right, next up is going to be Gentle Fluidity Gold. I always preface it by saying the most classy, okay, the classiest vanilla in my collection. Juniper berry, musk, vanilla, gold. No wonder it's the gold edition because it smells so beautiful. Very hard to describe, to put into words, especially if you're not familiar with juniper berry scents. I would say just get your nose on it. Get your nose on it because this is like, it doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter your title. It doesn't matter. You're just going to smell rich, classy, elevated, like quiet luxury. How can I best describe it to you? I can't put it into words, but it is extremely classy. It is extremely well executed vanilla gorgeousness. Some people get an intense cafe deluxe, but I've never gotten that. Like, it smells nothing of the sort to me, but a lot of people do get that. So I would say, one, you definitely need to test. This is not a safe blind buy because it wears so unique to me. Like, this was a blind buy for me very early on in my perfume journey. And one that kind of had to grow on me because, again, like, it's very musky, juniper berry, vanilla. That is what it is. But it wears so beautifully. This one I get 8+ hours out of. Some people get not the best longevity, but I get very long wear out of this one. I overspray and it is beautiful. And if you've never experienced anything, you know, from this house other than Baccarat Rouge, highly suggest you getting your nose on this one because it is exquisite. Again, this one is Gentle Fluidity, the gold edition by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. All right, last but not least, you guys, we made it to number 20. This is Ani by Nishane, Powerhouse Vanilla, Spice Bomb, unisex. It's just all the feels, you guys. There is this very unique juxtaposition of notes. They combine really well and they give you a very unique vanilla. It is definitely vanilla, but you've got this cardamom, you've got this ginger, you've got this juicy bergamot that don't let up, even though typically bergamot is a top note, okay? But I get bergamot for the majority of this fragrance, okay? To me, Ani wears quite linear. For some, that's not the case. For some, they can't take the opening and they have to wait for the dry down. For me, Ani is pretty much, you know, the same throughout on my skin. But if you're looking for a unique vanilla, if you like spicy fragrances, get your nose on this one, okay? Very polarizing, so not a safe blind buy. When I first smelled it, I wasn't impressed. I didn't understand it. You know, a year later, decided to spray it again, and absolutely in love, okay? Flabbergasted, ordered a full bottle the next day, and it's been an obsession ever since. So for me now, this one in Atlanta, Georgia in high heat is just a little bit too much, okay? I wore it on like a 90-degree day. Honey out there had a standoff with someone, so I'm out there with holding a rifle, a metal helmet, you know, metal vest, probably about 50, 60 extra pounds of body armor with everything, and I was about to die with the Ani. So I wasn't worried about the man killing me that was across the street. I was literally worried about Ani about to choke me and cause me death. So it's not one that I would wear. I'm not saying you can't wear this in summer, but it needs to be maybe like a summer night where it's not just sweltering because it was just way too much spice. So it's green. It's got a resinous base with some sandalwood, some cedar, musk, a little touch of patchouli, which gives it like an earthy quality, and it's got some ambergris, okay? This is all coming together to create a masterpiece vanilla fragrance, in my opinion, but again, very polarizing. So test it, but if you've never experienced this fragrance, well, you should at least try because it is Vanilla Gold. All right, love. So that is our video for today. We've gone over 20 vanillas, and I would love to know, drop me a comment below. Let me know if you are thinking about getting your nose on some of these. Which do you have? Which do you love? Are any of these hates for you? Because not everybody is a vanilla fan, okay? And not all of these fragrances are going to be for everyone. That's why I really wanted to give you a range, you know, that you can pull from. No matter what type of scent profile you love, there is vanilla on this list for you. All right, so you guys, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Be sure the notification bell is turned on to all, and last but not least, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up so it helps the channel to grow. Again, thank you for 20K. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.